Welcome to the recap of the White Sox 2-1 come from behind ninth inning victory over the Seattle Mariners in improbable fashion and a really well pitched game on Tuesday night in Seattle at T-Mobile Park. I'm Guff, Ryan McGuffey with you, and it's all brought to you by our partners at Lakeside Bank, where every client has their own Lakeside banker. I go right over here to Park Ridge. You can too, Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Speaking of it's about time, it was about time for the White Sox offense to do something in this game. This game had 2 hits collectively from both teams after the 7th inning. We'll get into the pitching here in just a second, but let's get into the 9th inning. And of course, it's all brought to you by our partners at Tasty Trade as well. Stocks, cryptos, futures, options. Anywhere you do your online trading platform, make sure the platform you choose is Tasty Trade. If you click the QR code, you have a special offer from us here at the recap from our friends at Tasty Trade. Let's jump right to the 9th inning. The White Sox down 1-0 in a crazy game that, like I said, super really well pitched. But we go to the 9th, and this is what happens in the 9th inning. Murakami leads off the inning. You're feeling like, okay, here we go. Murakami with a shot to get us going here in the 9th. He walks. Luis Castillo, the former starter, makes his first ever bullpen debut today. Makes his debut as a reliever. He's had an awful year, but he was really good out of the bullpen today for the Seattle Mariners. He does take the loss in this one, but he was really good prior to leaving. He did throw 54 pitches, but here's how it went down. So Murakami walks. Miguel Vargas was hit by a pitch on his throwing hand. It did not look good initially. The way he went down, you could hear him scream. He stayed in the game. He took his batting glove off. He was shaking it like this. And it was one of those situations you're like, oh, come on, please. Not now. Not with a guy who's raking. He stays in the game, goes to first base. Hopefully he's okay. I'm sure he'll get x-rays after the game. Colson Montgomery strikes out on a high cheese fastball. They tried taking the Castillo out before the at-bat, but the pitching coach had just come out. The umpire said, no, you can't do 2 visits in one batter. It worked out for Seattle. They then go to their closer, Andres Munoz. Now, Derek Hill did come in for Murakami as a pinch runner. Chase Mydroth is up to bat. The White Sox do a double steal. They double steal. This is a great call. Munoz wasn't paying attention to the runners. They do a double steal. Hill goes to third. Vargas goes to second. And then Chase Mydroth hits a ball right down the first base line. Josh Naylor out of his reach. Here comes Derek Hill. The game is tied at 1. Next pitch, Andrew Benintendi smokes one with the infield in. It goes off Naylor's glove at first base. Vargas scores. It's 2-1. Luis Angel Acuna attempted to do a squeeze bunt. I don't know about how much longer he'll be here. He is called out on strikes. Tristan Peters strikes out swinging. And the White Sox go to the 9th, bottom of the 9th, up 2-1. You don't know who's coming in. Is it Sir Anthony Dominguez? Is it Grant Taylor? I love the call right here to ride Grant Taylor by Will Venable. Grant Taylor's stuff tonight was the best I've ever seen. He struck out the side. The curveball was ridiculous. He was throwing cheese 99. No one had a shot. He went 1-2-3 to nail it down for the White Sox, and they win the game 2-1. So now I'm going to work backwards. Let's start with the pitching matchup brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. We call it winging it. Bryce Miller was absolutely fantastic for the Seattle Mariners. He had a no-no going through 5. He went 5 2/3, gave up a hit. It was Tristan Peters on a double, struck out 7, walked 1, was absolutely fantastic. Was not happy to be pulled prior to facing Murakami. It was the right move as Dan Wilson went with Ferrer, who pitched a third of an inning, struck out Murakami on a slider in the 6th. It was nasty, and like I mentioned, Castillo and Munoz were closed it out for the Mariners. Castillo gets the loss, but Bryce Miller was absolutely fantastic. Anthony Kay, folks, tonight, 5 1/3, 1 earned, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. If you just look at the line, you're going to be like, oh, that was a pretty good game. He threw 35 pitches in the first inning, pitched out of a bases-loaded jam. It looked like he wasn't going to get through 3 innings tonight. The fact he pitched into the 6th inning was absolutely incredible. Then they went Davis, Hudson, and Taylor. Davis had 4 strikeouts out of the bullpen. I mentioned Taylor had 3 striking out the side. The White Sox bullpen struck out 8 tonight in 3 2/3 and were absolutely nails. You go inside the box score, brought to you by our friends at SinusandSnoringMD.com. There were 5 hits in this game. You want to stop snoring? Allergy season, folks, go to them. They'll knock it. They'll nip it in the bud for like they did for Cap. The White Sox. Here's where their hits came from. They had 2 hits in the first 31 batters. Then they had 2 hits in the 9th inning. You had Mydroth with a hit, Benintendi with a hit. Both had RBIs. Kelenic had a hit. Peters had a hit. Peters had the first hit of the game for the White Sox. For the Seattle Mariners, Rodriguez had a single in the first inning. That was it. That's it. The rest, nails. There were 27 strikeouts in this game. The White Sox struck out 14 times. The Mariners struck out 13. Player of the game, man, I can tell you what. I'm going Anthony Kay. Our player of the game, brought to you by Gallagher. Since 1927, Gallagher has been serving Chicago, partnering with businesses of every size to provide insurance, risk management, people strategies to help you take on any challenge. Learn more at ajg.com. You could say it's Chase Mydroth coming up with the big hit. Anthony Kay's ability to get through that first inning and let Will Venable work the bullpen he wanted to, for Kay to settle down, allow just the 1 hit, managed through the hit by pitches. He had 2 hit batters, 3 walks, and was able to get into the 6th inning. I really do feel set up Will Venable to keep this game intact. So the 9th inning, the White Sox had a chance to win the baseball game. The Sox steal a win. They go back to 2 games over 500 in a game that was, quite honestly, it was an awesome 2-1 game. Unbelievably well pitched. The White Sox were leaving runners on base all night long. They were 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They left 6 on base. But this was about finding a way to win a baseball game. And this team, folks, is now 25-23, and they keep figuring it out. They are a really good baseball team. The White Sox, I think, are here to stay. They are up 2 games in the AL wildcard. I know we're 48 games into the season, but you look at the AL Central. The Twins are in 3rd place, 5 games under. The Tigers lost again because the Guardians just keep winning. The Tigers and Royals are 9 games under. Folks, if they don't get it turned around soon, they might be selling before they're buying. White Sox find a way, folks. White Sox find a way, and they have another chance to win a series tomorrow afternoon as they close it out in Seattle. I'm Guff. We'll have a recap after tomorrow's finale. White Sox win, baby. White Sox win. Get some sleep. Let's find a way to win a series tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Take that.